Good morning, class 9. I welcome you all to your class of Democratic Politics, that is Civics. In this class, we are going to continue with our first chapter, that is what is democracy and why democracy. See, in last class, we were discussing a few questions which arose with the definition of the democracy, which said that it is the form of the government in which the people elect their rulers. So we have discussed first question. Now here we are going to discuss the further questions. The next question which arose after that definition of democracy was that what kind of elections, like what kind of elections will going to determine that the government elected is a democratic government. So for this we take the example of China. See, in China, the National People's Congress, the president used to be elected from the candidates of this particular party only. It had about 3,000 members and having small parties as its aligned parties, and people are required to elect the you can say the candidate from those parties only. They cannot and this National People Party, what it does, it basically choose the member from among itself and ask the people to vote for them. So basically people are not having any kind of freedom in context of the you can say the choice of the leader, right? They don't have their own choices. They are supposed to make the choices from the candidates which are being provided from this National People Congress only, right? Then next we take the example of Mexico. See, in Mexico up till 2000 the election used to be won by PRI, that is Institutional Revolutionary Party. This party only, it used to conduct the election every year, but what was the scene? This was the only party which used to contest the election and it used to win the election, right? So after taking the example of China and Mexico, we are certainly not we cannot say that the elections which were being held in these countries were the democratic one, as people were not having the choices, their own freedom. They don't have the freedom to choose, right? They were forced to vote for the particular candidate. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर हम इस एग्जाम्पल के बाद ये इन्फर कर सकते हैं कि डेमोक्रेसी मस्ट बी बेस्ड ऑन अ फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शंस वेयर दोज currently in power have a fair chances to lose. यहाँ पर ये जो फेयर चांसेस ऑफ लूज, दोज करेंटली इन पावर हैव अ फेयर चांसेस टू लूज, मैं ये क्यों कह रही हूँ? क्योंकि इन दोनों जगहों पर ही ना ही कभी नेशनल पीपल कांग्रेस हारी और ना ही इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिवोल्यूशनरी पार्टी दैट इज PRI कभी लूज की. तो इस तरह से यहाँ पर ये डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्शन नहीं कहा जाएगा. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन विच अरोज आफ्टर डिस्कसिंग द definition of democracy was election should include every citizen on equal basis. The election should include every citizen on an equal basis. This was the question arose. So to the answer, let's take the example of few example. The first one is Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia in 2015, women up till 2015 women didn't had the power to vote. Then in Fiji there was some constitutional setup that which made the indigenous Fijians to Fijians vote more powerful than the Indian Fijians. Then in Estonia the Russian minorities have no rights to vote, right? So in this case, if even though the election is going on and it is a democratic form of government they are forming, but still there are the people who are deprived of the वोटिंग राइट. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं सऊदी अरेबिया में आधी आबादी को ही वोटिंग राइट नहीं है. देन फिजी में भी ऑलमोस्ट इंडियंस आधे हैं, तो इसका क्या मतलब है कि इंडियंस का जो वोट है वो वहाँ पर उतना वैल्यूएबल नहीं है जितना वहाँ के जो एक्चुअल फिजियंस हैं उनका है। एस्टोनिया में भी जो रशियन माइनॉरिटीज़ हैं, इवन दो वो माइनॉरिटीज़ हैं बट स्टिल उनका जो से है वो गवर्नमेंट में होना चाहिए, लेकिन नहीं है। तो क्या यहाँ पर ये इलेक्शंस जो ये गवर्नमेंट्स कंडक्ट करा रही हैं, क्या हम इनको डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्शन बोल सकते हैं? क्या इनसे बनी हुई गवर्नमेंट को हम डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट बोलेंगे? द आंसर इज नो। सो thus in a democracy each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value, right? And this particular freedom to vote or the right to vote is called adult franchise in our constitution, right? The next question which arose was, what kind of a form of government is democracy? Is a ruler can rule on whims of his will. So to discuss this question, let's take the example of Zimbabwe. See, in Zimbabwe up till 1980 there was the white minority government. The Zimbabwe was being run by the white minority government, and after the there was the fight for the independence, and after independence the party which actually gained the importance was the ZANU, that is ZANU PE, the party which led the freedom struggle. इसका जो हेड था वही आपका हेड बन गया, आपके जो कंट्री का प्रेसिडेंट बन गया, और इसने इस तरह से अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को फ्रेम किया और उसके अंदर अमेंडमेंट्स करता गया जब तक कि ये नहीं हो गया कि जो प्रेसिडेंट है वो ही हेड रहेगा, और वो हर बार इलेक्ट होता गया, राइट? देन अब यहाँ पर we again see that in this Zimbabwe also the election was going on, right? But still this person, the president of the ZANU PE, he was only getting elected over and over again as a president of the country. तो क्या हम इस तरह के elections को democratic election कह सकते हैं, या जो इस तरह की government form हुई इसको हम democratic form of government कह सकते हैं? No, we cannot say that. Okay. So now the question arises, how we can say that a government will be a democratic government? So to this the answer is that we should see that what is the situation of the country before and after the formation of the government. लोगों के पास राइट्स कैसी है, लोग एक्सप्लॉइट तो नहीं हो रहे हैं, लोगों की अपनी से है या नहीं. लाइक इन दिस ZANU रूल्ड party, this party when it was ruling in Zimbabwe, people didn't had any say, press was not having any say, the president was just running the country on his own sweet will, right? So to see that a government is a democratic government, we have to analyze the situation of the country before and after the elections, right? Similarly, there should be someone, see, if in this case आप अगर देखते हो कि कोई गवर्नमेंट डेमोक्रेटिक है या नहीं, तो इसके लिए मैंने कहा कि आपको इलेक्शन के पहले और बाद की सिचुएशन को देखना पड़ेगा. नाउ द क्वेश्चन अराइज, if any discrepancy arises on the part of the ruler, who will going to stop that ruler? The answer is the judiciary. So in a democratic form of government, to say it is a democratic form of government, the country should have the judiciary as the supreme one, right? Now after studying all these things, we come to few summarization points. And what are they? See, these are given on your page, in your book, that is the summarization definition of the government. So for this, the first one is this. See, ruler elected by the people take all major decisions, right? Elections offer a choice and fair opportunity to the people to change the current ruler. Very important point for a country to be a democratic country. Then The choice and opportunity is available to all the people on an equal basis. I have discussed this, the right to vote. It should be equal for all. Then the exercise of this choice leads to a government limited by basic rules of the constitution and citizens' right. As I've said, that judiciary or the constitution should be the head to control the functioning of the government, right? To this, we come to an end to this class. Further, we'll going to discuss in our next class. Thank you and have a great day.